Insym rated me with 3.1 thousand viewers about 2 weeks ago in November. I was genuinely shocked. First off, I don't know who Insym is. I still haven't looked into his videos. I subscribe to him. I just haven't had the time to look into it. Even Insym. And I did talk about this a while back. I did talk about the partner push, right? I want to go back into that. And I know we made a video about this. I'm not going to ignore that. I'm not going to ignore my past actions or my past videos. It happens. The partner push video I talked about, I don't know if I claimed this before. I think they're fine. The only issue with them is that we all know that doing partner pushes and streaming one game can be very risky because there's a chance that you may lose a lot of people. You may lose a lot of discoverability because of the same game that you've been playing every stream. Like maybe you stream 3 or 4 times a week or 5 days a week or every day. But if you're streaming one game and nothing but that game, you need to be very careful and think of the choices that you're going to be making next. I know I'm at that route right now. I am streaming Phasmophobia solely with friends sometimes or all the time, and I know the consequences. However, once I establish a big enough community, I do plan to transition that community over to another game that's within that genre, because we all know Phasmophobia is a horror game. We can also transition it into another horror game, like for example Ghost Corpse, The Haunting. There's another game called Labyrinth or something. Those are similar horror slash Phas like games in a way, and I'm excited to try those games with you guys as a community together, and myself super excited to do so. When you play games like these, you need to branch off to something that's closely related to them, just like how some streamers do the same. Some streamers that play a shooting game, I know that those are saturated like Call of Duty or Overwatch. Sometimes those people would transition over to another game that's popular like that and still maintain their viewership. That could be because they're well known, but it has happened to some streamers, and I can confirm this. This has happened to a few streamers that I've met before, that I've chatted with. AeonAir, a good example about him is that he mainly streams Geometry Dash, but he transitioned over to another game like Pokemon or Persona or GeoGuessr. A lot of the people in that community like those games. So it really depends on how you get to know your community. You get to know your community by interacting with them, of course, hosting events, maybe hosting games in your server to play with them, or to see what genre is associated with that game you're playing. If it's within the same genre, then there's a high chance that a lot of them are going to check out your streams because of that genre. Now, partner pushes, I know they're different compared to those things, but they're quite similar as you're trying to push for growth or push for viewership. I think they're fine. The only issue with them is that there's a chance that you might lose majority of your viewership if you just go for the partner push, right? And not be yourself or not like the game. I know I was at that route. I did do a partner push because I never ever got a raid with over 3.1 thousand people before. I did notice that a lot of those people came back to my other streams, and I averaged a lot of people. I did somewhat expect to be a little chance that I might gain a lot of people to come back, but I wasn't surprised. This is just like I talked about a long time ago. That one time when AeonAir raided me with over 200 people, not a single one, maybe 1 or 2 of those people have came back to consistently watch me. I don't have an issue with that. That's just the nature of Twitch, and I kind of expected it with Insym's community. Same thing with mine, same thing with everyone's. It's the viewer's choice if they want to watch you, enjoy their stay. No streamer should ever pressure them to stay. This is not me pressuring. This is just me giving an example of how it is naturally with Twitch. And that just proves my point that Twitch's discoverability system is terrible. I don't know if they're not recommending my streams to those people. Like when you rate someone, or when I rate someone, like my name or their name should appear in the audience's category in the recommended section, in the recommended category, or in the recommended section. It should appear there because you rated that person or that person rated you. How it works is that if I rate someone with those amount of viewers, maybe some of those viewers are going to get recommended to me probably. Not all the time, but it's a random chance. So I was like, wow. So Insym, I was going to be surprised if not even a single one of his community members even checked in, right? I wouldn't be bothered by it. Again, this is just an example, but I was quite surprised that I think like more than 10 checked in to see how I was doing. Maybe because I was playing their favorite game, Maybe because at the time I was a variety streamer and Aeon's community was hoping for a GD, aka Geometry Dash streamer. Maybe that's why. And since Insym is a Phasmophobia or horror game streamer on Twitch, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Phasmophobia, because those are the games I usually see him play, then maybe that's why I got a lot of people from his community. Not a whole lot, probably like 5 or 10, but that's still better than the majority of what I got. And that's why people should not rely on these things. It doesn't matter. Someone like a top fast streamer like Insym Insym. I believe he was one of the top Phas streamers, if I remember. He would always appear at the #1 spot in the Phasmophobia category. Not even him could save my growth on Twitch. Not saying my growth is terrible. I'd say we're at a really great position with our community, but not even him would boost up my growth on Twitch, even if I stream Phasmophobia all the way. That proves to you that Twitch's discoverability system is so bad that wouldn't even recommend those people's streams to those people. And another thing I want to go back to, remember that one small update that Twitch made about paying money to get a lot of people recommended to your streams? I'm pretty sure they skipped that idea altogether, knowing that not many people will watch my streams after being rated by 3,100 people by Insym. Again, super grateful for that. Not surprised, and it just proves my point that Twitch's discoverability system is really horrible and it needs to be worked on as soon as possible. Hopefully next year, we'll see. I kind of doubt it, knowing Twitch has been around for about over 10 years already, if I remember. I'm usually a positive person, but we'll see. I'm still gonna stay with Twitch, of course. I was debating on switching over to YouTube, just like what Aeon predicted with Ludwig, and look at him now. He's on YouTube. I did hear that he get banned, but I think he's unbanned now. The reason why I didn't switch over to YouTube is because I already have a community on Twitch, and transitioning to YouTube is gonna take a lot of work, and I don't think I can handle that, to be honest. If you guys want to check out my rest of my tutorials, it's right there. I'll see you guys there. Bye.